Welcome to the 42North 78West NASCAR Cup Series Daytona 500 preview. I'm Zach with one of our co-hosts, Alex. Alex, what's going on? Huge race fans, both of us, right, dude?
Love racing. Fell in love with it ever since I watched Talladega Nights, which is based on a true story, right?
Yeah. Talladega Nights has real NASCAR drivers in it, but it's a fake story. But
I was unaware of that.
yeah. So anyways, back to the 500. Speed Week starts on Tuesday the 9th with the Busch Clash. That is, obviously, everyone knows as the Budweiser Shootout.
I like beer.
Beer's good. That's going to be run on the Daytona Road Course instead of the regular tri-oval that everybody knows. So that's going to be a little wrinkle to the event. Qualifying will be on Wednesday the 10th. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Also is the Busch Clash at 7 o'clock too, if I didn't say that already. And then the Great American Race,
The Kentucky Derby.
the Daytona 500, is on Valentine's Day this year at 2:30 on Fox.
How romantic.
How romantic. You know, win the Daytona 500 and go smooch your lover afterwards.
Welcome to 42 North 78 West Sports Show. Here's your host, Sebastian.
Woo! All right, everybody. Welcome to the 42 North 78 West Sports Show. I'm your host, Sebastian. Woo! How you guys doing today? I am joined by Kevin and Alex.
Welcome.
And Zach. What's going on, man?
Can't believe Brady won yesterday.
Well, here.
Who?
Let's talk about it. Alex, you don't want to talk about it, but we're gonna talk about it anyway.
Al, go
Put the mic
take a
away.
bathroom
You want to
break.
put the mic away? All right. Here's the thing. Tom Brady is the GOAT, and we're gonna. He's walking off.
See you later, Alex.
No, Tom Brady is the GOAT. I didn't, Tampa Bay went off to a slow start in the beginning of the season. I'm like, all right, Tom Brady, without Belichick, he's nothing. And then season goes by, they get Antonio Brown, he gets his weapons, and here we go. Now he's the Super Bowl champion, and it's the same thing again. Watching Tom Brady hoist that trophy at 43, it's something, it's unreal. What 43-year-old quarterback raises the trophy like that? He's a new team, new system.
One who's on steroids.
Steroids?
Oh, well, good to hear from you.
Yeah.
Good to hear from you.
Whoa.
Or he's on something.
No, but Tom Brady won
quoted at something.
Tom Brady won the MVP. The Kansas City offense could not do much at all. The defense was giving him pressure all day. That's how that last late hit from Ndamukong Suh knocked Mahomes down. Tony Romo wanted to say his foot 24/7, but Romo had his own mishaps during the Super Bowl too. If y'all seen that picture of him, anyone else see that? Yeah, he must have. He must have rushed it. But it's he rushed it a little bit.
Oh,
No,
God.
but Tom Brady won MVP. I thought Rob Gronkowski deserved the MVP out of everyone because Rob Gronkowski was dominant. Kevin, and then what did you guys think of the halftime performance though? Oh, we'll go there.
I like the
was
weekend.
fine.
You like the weekend?
He was fine.
He was fine. All right, Zach, what do you got?
He was no prince.
Oh,
I
That's
mean,
for damn sure.
That was like high expectations.
But,
But,
Well,
I thought he was fine.
He became
I
a
think him
meme.
going through like
Did become
Yeah.
a meme.
I don't know the glass,
I mean,
the glass mirror maze, like he thinks he's an it.
it was kind of funny.
I mean that was funny, yeah, but it gave me a headache.
To be fair, like you said about him becoming a meme, I mean, I feel like this has gone on like every Super Bowl now. Like last year, Shakira, right? Yeah, Shakira. She went viral when she was doing
she put on a show.
the whatever.
Him,
J-Lo
her,
looked
J-Lo?
great.
Oh my god.
J-Lo looked great.
J-Lo was great.
Wow,
Gee,
A-Rod.
hey,
that's a lucky
Lucky
dude.
guy.
he is a
But I think the MVP should have went to the Bucs defense. Just give the whole entire defense MVP.
Yeah.
I mean, Todd Bowles called a fantastic game. I mean, he just said, he was like, I'm not going to blitz. I'm just going to trust my front line to get pressure. And boy, did they get pressure. Like, They were at Mahomes like every 3 seconds. They were already at Mahomes, and he was forced to rush out of the pocket or just make a ridiculous throw.
They sacked him 3 times.
Yeah, I think the pressure rate was like 52%. Like 52% of the snaps, Mahomes was pressured.
My pick for MVP was Devin White. I mean, he was flying all over the field at linebacker. I mean, he's incredible. He was the best player on the field, both sides, in my opinion.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay players too. They were getting a little confident out there. You saw those showboating and stuff like that. They were getting a little heated out there.
Yeah, like when Brady didn't get flagged for it,
Ah,
even though he went up to Tyrann Mathieu.
yeah,
That's true. He chased him down.
that is true.
Yeah, he did.
He chased him like 30 yards.
I
He
did.
chased
this-
he chased Tyrann Mathieu further than Brady actually had to run throughout the game.
Mhm.
And that actually reminds
He
me
doesn't run
of
much.
when I was listening to Howard and Jeremy this morning on WGR. Jeremy was mentioning a stat of the difference in how much they had to run out of the pocket each quarterback. Mahomes from side to side had to run it was some crazy 430 yards throughout the game, and Brady only had to run 47.
Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that.
I did think it was awesome to see Antoine Winfield throw up the deuces.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was
'Cause-
yeah.
I
was
tipped
great.
my cap to that. I was like, you know what? That's well deserved to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, because if you revert back to whatever week they played each other, when Hill had like 13 catches and 250 yards, he threw up the deuces to Antoine Winfield on one of his touchdowns. So it was pretty sweet that he had a chance to
And-
do it back.
And Tyreek Hill is just a scumbag. So
It's true.
Deuces. Nah,
It's
but
true. I had him in fantasy this year, though, and
he's always a fantastic player.
yes,
You should have
mean-
him on your fantasy teams if you have the chance.
Like Mahomes.
we are an anti-domestic abuse podcast.
Facts.
Yes.
Straight.
Anyway,
No, but I think Tom Brady winning the Super Bowl again. I'm gonna say it.
All right, let's move on.
All right, you know what? I was gonna give him some praise. Give him some.
He doesn't.
Praise.
No, he doesn't deserve praise.
He's getting enough
Give
of
him
that.
something.
He doesn't deserve. No, he doesn't.
He doesn't
deserve
need to hear
no,
us give him
No,
praise.
no, he doesn't deserve anything. I don't acknowledge him. I can't wait for him to retire, so I never have
Okay.
to talk
Oh,
about. Never have to acknowledge him again.
Well,
He could just get away from me. Get away from our lives. Never have to hear of him again.
Well, he did say he might play until he's 50, Al, so you might have a little bit of time.
No, we're not even discussing that.
We'll talk a little gambling here, a little Daytona 500 odds. Let's put your money, bet the house on somebody this week. Let's talk odds. Denny Hamlin has the best odds at plus 600. Chase Elliott, last year's champion, at plus 900. A couple more notables here. You got Brad Keselowski at plus 1100. William Byron at plus 1600. And Kevin Harvick at plus 1800. Al, do you like any of those odds on any of those drivers?
I didn't hear Ricky Bobby's name, but I just found out why.
Lightning McQueen's not on there either.
What?
I know you thought that was another true story, but also cars don't talk.
You know what? I never put 2 and 2 together. Now that you mentioned that.
A couple of quick storylines real quick that are also pertinent to the 500. Jimmy Johnson, 7-time champion. He's retired from the sport after the 2020 season. Bubba Wallace is going to be driving for Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan. You may know him. That is Michael Jordan, the basketball player. He's got a race team now, and he's got Bubba Wallace driving for him in the number 23 DoorDash car. And then there are going to be limited fans at the 500 this year. With the whole COVID pandemic going on, there's about 100. You can probably fit about 100,000 people in the grandstands on a normal 500 weekend. Obviously, this one's going to be different with the pandemic. There'll be a limited capacity for that. And then the next gen car will be rolling out this year. It's a sleeker look for all three makes, Chevrolet, Toyota, and Ford. Hopefully it'll level out the playing field a little bit. That is their hopes. Let's talk predictions. I like Chase Elliott. He's the champ last year. He dominated the sport, especially the road courses. So I think he'll do well in the Busch Clash. If he wins one of those, he's on the front row of the 500. So, Al, what do you think?
Of all racers,
Yeah.
fate of the universe on the line, Martians pointing the beam right at you. You better win it. Give me Cole Trickle.
Nope.
He's fake too.
Nope. That's Days of Thunder. That's Tom Cruise, actually.
All right, give me Martin Truex Jr.
Okay. Yep.
I have a good feeling about that name.
Sebastian, what do you think?
Hey, Kyle Busch has done everything in NASCAR. I'm taking Kyle Busch.
He hasn't won a 500 yet.
He's going to.
He's gonna. Al, anything else before we go?
Just if you're watching the race Sunday and you know, there's a little crispy smell, don't worry, it's not the tires burning on the tracks. It's a little bit of shake
And a little bit of bake. Shake and bake. Shake and bake.
All right, yeah. Welcome.
So as
welcome
I was
back.
saying, before I was rudely interrupted by Sebastian, was that
But our
I
clip
can't
was
wait.
awesome
I just want
anyways.
Brady to retire, so I just never have to hear of him again. And that's that.
All right. Let's move on to the next one. So we didn't touch on some football trades that happened last show. You know, we were shocked. We were after the show. We were like, wait a minute, we didn't touch on the Stafford and Goff trade. I think it was the most upsided trade I've ever seen in my life for a quarterback who's 32 years old. He's been in the league for a while. He's been on the Detroit Lions for I mean, come on. And now the Rams gave up 2 first-round picks and Jared Goff. And also what? Another couple round?
Third round pick.
And a third round.
Yep,
pick.
third round pick
Like-
in 21.
Like what?
I mean,
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I also think more of it than just getting Stafford in the trade is also getting rid of Goff and his contract. So now, yes, you have an older quarterback in Stafford, but he's an upgrade. So now you essentially, and he's got 2 years left on his deal. So you essentially have a 2-year window with the core that you got, and now Matt Stafford added to it, who, like I said, is better than Goff. So you have 2 years there with Stafford's big money, and then that contract will be off the books, and then you can either keep him, bring it back for cheaper, or you can go in a new, younger direction at that point, and then continue to compete with the guys that you have because you won't be paying a quarterback as much at that point.
Yeah, this just screams that the Rams are in win now mode.
Yeah,
You know,
Like Goff, keeping Goff would have just kind of hamstrung him, salary cap wise, and he just wasn't good enough.
yeah, it's 130 million over. He's got 4 years left on the deal.
Yeah, so you're essentially cutting it in half now and upgrading at the position with Stafford.
yeah. I mean, I like the deal for both teams. Like
Oh,
you guys
yeah,
said,
sure.
the win now window for the Rams, so you get an upgrade at quarterback, and then for the Lions, it kind of gives you a fresh start. See if Jared Goff's a future. I mean, if not, then you have a lot of ammunition to move up in the draft with those extra first round picks and that extra third round pick. So,
Exactly. Yeah, I like that deal a lot for the Lions as well. Like they get a quarterback that, you know, they're gonna have at least competent quarterback play now, still. And Goff is young, so you never know. You could, you know, you could figure something out with him. And
Maybe
then
he
the
just
draft
needed
cap.
to get out of the big city.
It's possible.
Maybe he just needed to get out of LA. It's like AJ Burnett needed to get out of New York.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard for me to imagine him being better away from Sean McVay. Especially if they have to re-sign Kenny Galladay. So if they lose Galladay, then
and
there
Marvin
goes
Jones.
there goes your number 1 and number 2 receiver. So they got some work to do to build around him a little bit. But it's not like they, you know, traded away Stafford and they have nobody at the position now. They have a starting caliber quarterback.
Who's Detroit's head coach? Did they get a coach yet?
Motor City Dan Campbell.
That's Dan Campbell.
Biting kneecaps off, baby.
No, but I mean, putting Goff as, you know, putting him with that, I think maybe that he didn't probably have any confidence in Stafford because why else would you get rid of him is beyond me. I mean, Stafford wanted out Stafford wanted out in the first place.
Oh yeah.
That's big.
I don't think it's them not having him not having confidence in him. I think it's just them going in a whole new direction to rebuild. And the thing with 2 people mentioned with Matt Campbell is they gave him a 6-year deal for some reason.
Matt Campbell got an 8-year extension from Iowa State, Al.
Whoa.
You and Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell.
Whoa.
Dan Campbell.
I'm
All
on
right,
you
Mr.
guys.
Correction over here.
Hey, got Sebastian
Dan
last week.
Campbell.
Now it's your turn.
Dan Campbell. He's
Gotta
got
be
a
on my
6-year
P's and
deal.
Q's.
Dan Campbell got a 6-year deal, so he has time to, you know, he can handle, you know, he's got time. He could take a couple of years to where they could struggle for a bit. He's got time to rebuild the team, or at least be part of the rebuild.
Now that's just one big trade that just happened. That's for sure. Now the Jets are hearing out some trades for Sam Darnold. Is he gone? I don't know. Also, Texans are not going to trade Watson. That was the thing I read. What?
The Texans are going to trade Watson. They are going to trade Watson.
It's a matter of not if. I think it's a matter of when.
You can't come out.
When,
You can't just. They can't just come out and say like, yeah, we're trading him, because then that kind of takes some leverage away. Like you got to say like, no, we're only trading him unless you give a crazy offer.
No.
Yeah, and
Because
Watson wants no part of him anymore. They're gonna have to trade him.
Yeah, once you request a trade, it's like all trust and all that stuff is lost. Like it's not gonna be good for the locker room.
And especially with all the reports that came out from the front office saying that Watson's going to have all this say in the GM search, and that they didn't even ask him, and then they hired their GM.
Yeah, he said he didn't say like hire Eric Bieniemy. He just said give him an interview, and then at first they refused to interview him, and that's when he lost it. And then all of a sudden, like, hey, we were just kidding. We're going to interview him, and then they didn't hire him. But
well, they didn't hire Daboll either, or Leslie Frazier. He was actually on their radar.
Which
they hired
luckily for us,
Baltimore Ravens wide receiver coach, and who was probably the worst passing team in the league this year, probably the Ravens. So,
I said GM, I meant head coach.
Well, still, yeah, but
yeah,
point still stands. Yeah, they didn't listen to him for that either. Like it's.
Now what I am saying, I need to be on my P's and Q's, and then 30 seconds later,
that's not even my favorite team, and like just seeing how they handle like the situation with Watson like gets me annoyed and aggravated. Like it reminds me of Eichel with the Sabres. It literally is like Eichel with the Sabres.
Whoa.
Except they've made the playoffs at least a couple times with Watson, but trading away DeAndre Hopkins is essentially trading away Ryan O'Reilly. So
was that a nice transition by Al here for our next topic?
Oh.
It was.
Oh.
Look at that.
Yeah, speaking of, so the Buffalo Sabres, what is going on, man?
It didn't have to get to this point.
Now
there are 9 players on the Sabres COVID list.
Yeah, there are. Darlene was just added, and he's gonna join a group with Taylor Hall, Ristolainen, Dylan Cousins, and Curtis Lazar, and also Ralph Kruger's in there too, right?
And he's confirmed positive too.
Yeah, and he's it's wow, it's
just ridiculous.
Are we the highest numbers right now in the league?
No, Jersey's still.
Jersey's still way up there.
Which,
well,
it's just this all could have been avoided. But
I have the timeline
NHL's
of events
incompetent.
written down. Would you guys like to hear them?
What was that?
I have the timeline of events written down. Would you like to hear them?
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Break
sir.
it down for
The
us.
floor is yours.
9:45 a.m. on February 2nd. The Sabres tweeted out the Sabres didn't tweet out. Peter Schwartz at Schwartz Sports, he's with the New York Islanders. He tweeted out that the Sabres postponed the game in New York against the Islanders. That was for Tuesday, citing inclement weather. And then pretty much right away, John Vogel from The Athletic, he said there was no immediate response from Sabres PR on whether or not it was weather-related or COVID-related, which there were rumors starting to go about that time. Call it about 45 minutes later, NHL PR released a statement postponing the game was actually due to COVID. The Sabres had to go through testing and contact tracing and all that stuff because they did. They postponed their travel arrangements from Monday night to Tuesday morning for that big snowstorm last week. So they had to go through testing again, and within testing, they found that they had to put a couple guys on the COVID list, which ended up being, I think, who was first, Taylor Hall and Rasmus Ristolainen.
Yes.
John Vogel then said that the Sabres wanted more information from the league regarding the departures of Travis Zajac and Kyle Palmieri mid-game over the weekend against New Jersey. That was right around when they had, their COVID scare started, probably Monday morning. And then eventually the Sabres ended up, putting guys on the COVID list and then postponing their games originally through the 8th, now through the 13th.
Yep.
The Sabres were furious,
They
and
have every
rightfully
right
so
to
at
be.
the league.
Yeah,
They have every right to be. This all could have been avoided, but the NHL is just so incompetent. They don't do anything right ever.
Whoa.
It's unreal.
And it's like
Very
this
rarely
is
do anything right. I'll say.
this is a global pandemic we're
Yeah.
in. It's you can't leave any stone unturned
Mhm.
when you're talking COVID,
Yep.
especially when you're trying to play sports.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we were set to return Thursday night. Not anymore.
Nope. Thursday and Saturday have been postponed, and it's gonna be a while since I just got my jersey. What? Why, man? I just finally got my jersey. Got in the mail, and I was all excited, but I can't break it out yet.
And I was pretty annoyed after the last game that we played, and now here I am. All of a sudden, like I could really go for a Sabres game.
Go
right
for a
now.
Sabres game.
It feels like we're back in the bubble because everyone's playing, and it seems like the Sabres are the only team that's not.
Yeah, essentially.
And then on an unrelated point, I hope that none of these guys that are on the COVID list that may end up being positive, I hope nothing really happens to them. Like Marco Rossi, he's still having problems. He had COVID. He had COVID back in World Junior Tournament.
Jeez.
Especially Kruger. I mean, he's
Yeah,
older.
he's
An
older.
older
guy.
guy.
I mean,
so
not
he's
old, but he's
Right.
older.
Yeah.
older. Yeah. So
That's tough.
It's
Yeah.
a tough situation, that's for sure. After Alex watched Tom Brady win a Super Bowl, of course he wants the Sabres game. You look a little happy.
Alex would rather watch a Sabres game.
We've been past the Super Bowl like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, you know. Wait, we are? Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
My
Let's,
bad. My bad. Just want to say his
not,
name.
Let's
Just
not
wanna-
go backwards. Let's
I
keep
wanna
moving
say- I
forward,
wanna say his
Sebastian.
name- I
Come
wanna
on.
say his name again. For
I was talking football.
No, but we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna do another edition of Zach's Take Quake because it's the second edition. You want to give a little preview to that, Zach, or you want to let the people know?
Yeah, sure. Short and sweet. The Skyway's got to go. Welcome to the second edition of Zach's Take Quick. I'm Zach Kamich. Not all my takes are going to be about sports. I have a lot of takes about a lot of different things, and you're going to hear all of them. This one is about why I think the Skyway has to go. I came across an article this week from WGRZ that said that the Campaign for Greater Buffalo wanted to repurpose the Skyway into a non-vehicular transportation route for walkers and bikers. They want to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to knock down the Skyway at the entrance at downtown to its highest point at KeyBank Center. And they want to put elevators on each ends in an effort to get people from downtown to the outer harbor in an easier way. Now, I think this is a horrible idea. This is just a terrible idea. The Skyway is an eyesore. This is going to kind of disprove my point a little bit because they're knocking down this portion of it, but underneath the Skyway, kind of towards like Washington Street and Main and West Seneca Street, it is just terrible. Underneath, it's dark, it's dingy. You would think that there are parking lots there, but they're just like gravel, like uneven, like slats that people park so when they go to the canal side skating or whatever that they have somewhere free to park. It's just terrible. Once they get rid of it, they'll put a road in, whatever, easier to get from the 190 to 5. It's going to look a lot better. It's going to look a lot better once they get rid of it. Get rid of the whole thing. Not to mention, on top of being an eyesore, enough people heave themselves over the edge as it is. If they go through with this cloud walk idea, it's just going to multiply tenfold. Buffalo is already a depressed city as it is, with our winters being as long, as gloomy as they are, that seasonal depression kicks in. It's just, where I'm going with this. It's a terrible idea. Governor Cuomo said he wanted to get rid of the Skyway by 2021's end, and I swear I hope that's how it happens because this cloud walk is just a terrible idea on all walks. That's my take quake for this week. Hopefully it's a sports one next week.
All right.
For how often
back.
sorry about
Whoa,
that.
whoa,
For how often
whoa,
I'm
whoa.
on the Skyway, It's got to go.
Okay.
The Skyway needs to hit the highway.
Whoa. So, baseball news.
Baseball.
We're on baseball now. Wow. What happened in baseball? Trevor Bauer goes to the Dodgers on this 3-year deal for $102 million?
Imagine paying him more than Garrett Cole.
Wow.
Dude, but like, shout out to his
Only
agent
3-year
for,
deal.
That's
Wow.
a ridiculous contract.
and his agent set it up nicely for him.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Like he could just opt out at any time. He can take 40 mil for the first year, opt out, or the second year, he can take another 40 mil, then opt out. Like, it's crazy.
And then another big money move was Nolan Arenado.
Arenado.
All right, I got one today. All right, woof. My brain was like, read it, and then I was like, well, can't read it.
Imagine being the Colorado Rockies,
And
extending your star player, which is what you should do, and then being like, hey, St. Louis, here's 50 mil. Go take Arenado, one of the best players in the league. We'll give you 50 mil to take him off our hands.
Also, the Rockies are paying his salary for this season.
yeah.
So he's free. The Cardinals aren't paying him a dime to play for their team.
And he's a
The
really good
Rockies
baseball
are
player.
the Rockies are a joke.
I mean, he went off to a close, like, slow slump during like the beginning of the last season. He did pick up. I mean, but you're also in Colorado, so the balls are gonna rocket right off the bat.
Yeah,
There's
that's a
them.
fair concern, but
And
I don't know. Like, just what are they thinking? That drives me nuts when owners are just like sports owners are just super cheap like that. Because that just makes me like give me the money. I would spend the money to build a championship team. I would spend as much possible just to win.
Al, plug your Venmo.
All right, Mr. Rockies owner, sir.
yeah. When I saw that, it's like 50. Like he's paying, yeah, right. Paying the salary, and I mean the Yankees could have had him. Oh wait, sorry, wait. Is that
And we don't.
is
I
that
mean,
no? That's sorry.
no, that's fine.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
that's fine.
All
Like, they
right,
could
all
have,
right.
but I mean,
Who they would have gave up? They got what 6 players out of the deal too.
yeah, like
Yeah.
they like the headline part of the deal was Austin Gomber, one pitcher who's a really good pitching prospect. So essentially, you start off with like a Clark Schmidt or Debbie Garcia, probably, if that was the case. But we didn't. I mean, we didn't need Arenado. I mean, Gio Urshela is a fine third baseman.
Yeah, he is very.
Got DJ back.
Very nice.
Yeah, and we got DJ back, and if anything, they need more of a lefty in their lineup. But I mean, if they could have got Arenado, I mean, he's the best third baseman in the league. I mean,
Like, oh man, we got a really good baseball player. Oh man, that's
yeah, no. I mean, they didn't have. I suppose they could have done it, but
Could have. It was close. Well, we're gonna have to talk about some sad news that happened in baseball, which I actually found out right before, almost like probably 2 hours before the show, that Andre Gomez,
Pedro.
God,
Pedro Gomez.
Pedro. Oh
Pedro.
my gosh, wow! I said, why did Andre come in my head? Pedro Gomez, longtime ESPN reporter for ESPN, has died at the age of 58 unexpectedly, and I was like, what? Every time you see him in baseball, that's the guy I would see, and it's really sad because, he had Cuban roots and stuff, and he was a massive baseball fan. I know that man was a massive baseball fan. That man had a smile on his face every time he got in front of that camera.
it was crazy how unexpected that. Like, I checked his Twitter just to see, and he tweeted at like 3:00 yesterday, and then fourth quarter of the game, I saw on Twitter, Pedro Gomez passed away. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it was definitely
That sucks.
very unexpectedly, and it's saddening. That's for sure. For the baseball world, of course, it's very sad news. And there was no cause given at the scene because it's just recent. So of course they're not going to really announce anything. So all we know is that ESPN did mourn him. I saw when it was breaking news on ESPN, it definitely a lot of people. He's definitely touched a lot of people too. If you see, there's articles everywhere about him, how much of a kind man he was. So he's definitely lost to the baseball world.
Rest in peace.
Yes.
When I first saw it too, I thought I just instantly thought oh, he must have been sick for a while. Like, I thought that was the case. I was like, oh, I must have forgot that he was dealing with this or that. But then it's like, no, he wasn't.
Yeah,
It was very unexpected.
Very unexpected. but we're baseball, and it's also because baseball season's right around the corner, so it's what a start. It's not a way you want to start the season, but spring training will be here soon, and can't wait to cheer on your Yankees and stuff like that.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We are excited.
Yeah, you are excited. I know you are excited.
Ready to go.
Now we're gonna go on to this. Now I know
More brighter side.
there is something you guys were going nuts about when this was announced. Now I'm sorry, I will admit that I did not play the game once in my life.
Missed out.
I'm sorry, I didn't play it. But a lot of people I know who watch the show, probably not a video game fan, but we are going to talk about some stuff we do like. And there was a game called NCAA football. Last game was in 14, right?
14. Denard Robinson on the
I was
cover.
gonna say.
Yep. And everyone, and I know people, I know people all the time that I think was like 2019 people be like, I'm playing NCAA. I'm done. I want to play this game again. You trying to play NCAA? I'm like, and then I'll be looking at them and be like, well, I didn't play the game. Sorry, I didn't play it.
That's us.
Sorry.
I remember during COVID, I dropped $170 to get NCAA for my PS3.
Worth it.
How
Which
much
it
again?
is
How
crazy.
much?
It is crazy how like the
That was
game.
$170. 170.
Yeah, it's more expensive now than it was when it came out.
Yeah, by
Which is
$100.
insane. Yeah,
It's historic.
just because it's the last one. Like there haven't been any since. Like
Now I read, I read some articles on it. I did want to read some articles on it. Now EA did announce that it's probably not going to be a continuation of what it was. It's probably not going to be NCAA
no,
football.
it's been so long.
Well,
it's hard to.
I read the article that it probably won't be a continuation, but it will be the game probably people want, because I know there are game modes that people play over and over and over again. And I remember Madden, because the thing I remember was Madden 12 was that you could go and you could import your NCAA roster or NCAA player into Madden, and you could continue the story. I remember that. That's the one thing I do remember. I know that's some things that
That's
people.
something they should bring back.
Yeah.
They really don't have to fix what ain't broke.
Yeah.
So many
No,
people
there's-
love the NCAA franchise that it's like, just kind of update the old game.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Make
clean
it,
it up.
bring it up to date. Put
My-
the playoff in there.
Transfer portal.
God.
My thing is keep the Madden developers as far away from that game as possible.
Yeah.
I don't want that game to be anything like Madden.
And please.
Be different, stay different, because they were always like two different games. Like, you could tell, like it wasn't just Madden copied, pasted over with just colleges instead. Like they were two different games. Keep it that way.
And please, for the love of God, don't put all of your effort into Ultimate Team if you have it. Like, please put some time and bring back Dynasty.
Dynasty, yes.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah. The thing with Ultimate Team 2 is 2014 was the first year that they did that in college football too. So it was only 1 year, but like some people were talking about it, like, oh, I wonder if they're going to put that back in. Oh, for a fact they're going to put an Ultimate Team in that game. That's their money maker.
Money.
That is EA's money maker,
Yep.
and it's ridiculous. But
Speaking of making money, the athletes need to get paid for this.
of course, well,
As they
yeah.
should.
Oh yeah.
As of right
Oh,
now,
yeah.
they can't, but they're expected that's going to change over the year. Coming
California, they can.
years. Yeah.
So,
USC, UCLA, they're-
yeah.
It's big recruiting.
I mean,
San Diego State.
I don't
Just name a few.
I mean, I don't need like the players and that to be in the game. Like as long as like the schools are in there and everything, the stadiums and jerseys and all that, and then I can download a roster. As long as I can download a roster, I'm okay with that. But at the same time, I would be happy for the players if they did get compensated for it, and EA actually was able to put them in the game.
Good old EA. Love that company.
I think that would take EA too long to put all
Yeah,
120 or 30 schools rosters of like 100 guys in the game,
because like, what do you think?
especially every year.
'cause
They
you
would
think-
have to still like auto-generate it.
Yeah, because what do you think you're gonna do? You're gonna send money to UB's long snapper or something and put him in the game. Like how are you gonna
I
do
don't
that to every single player? Like
I don't
and like how and it depends on how much like they get. Like is UB's long snapper gonna get the same amount as
Maybe some of it will be like tuition off, whereas if you're not getting like outright money, maybe like, all right. Well, I mean, they're already on scholarship anyway, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, a lot of them are. Most of them are. Not
Yeah.
most of them. You only
Yeah.
get 25 a year, but
Yeah, like some of the walk-ons, maybe. Yeah.
yeah.
Like if you want to be in the game,
Here's what you can do. Yeah.
yeah. But I'm stoked.
Yeah, I know. You guys were definitely stoked. I know. I was bombarded with text. I also got a text from someone too. Did you hear about NCAA? And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to explain. Sorry, I didn't play it.
So
Sorry.
so we'll have a college football playoff in the game,
Yep.
transfer portal.
Yup.
That'll be sweet.
Yeah.
And then I like recruiting the way it was. But if
14?
they could update,
Yeah.
if they could update that a little bit more, or build off of it, or you can kind of make some decisions, like slide this $20,000 briefcase over to the player.
The Nick Saban
Commit
Dabo
right now.
Sweeney setting.
The only thing with the recruiting that would be nice if they fixed was if you're a coordinator, like you're only recruiting whatever side of the ball that you're the coordinator. If you're a D coordinator, you're only recruiting the defensive players
I like
instead
that.
of
That's a good
recruiting every player
'Cause
that
it-
you know.
Yeah, because when I was doing like a dynasty as a coordinator, I really didn't feel like recruiting, just because I'm like I'm gonna be gone I'm gonna leave after a year or two anyway.
I
So,
loved coaching carousel too.
Yeah, it was a
Oh
lot
my
of fun.
God,
It was,
coaching carousel
Yeah, it
was
was
so
fun.
fun.
It's like unpredictable. Like it's just like you can't like you light it up as an offensive coordinator, and then that off season, like you never know who's gonna become, what job's gonna become available that can offer you a job. Like it's so much fun.
And Big Cat better bring Dogs back.
Coach
Oh,
Dogs,
it's gotta be.
Dogs. We want
Dogs.
dogs.
Give me Dogs.
Dogs. We want dogs.
Miami Dogs this time around.
Whoa. Well, here we go. Now we made to the end of our show. I
Whoa,
think.
one last thing.
You want to
The Knicks have made a trade. Okay. We gotta cover that.
Yep.
Okay, so making his return back to New York. I know he has a special place in Al's heart.
He's got no ACLs left.
Former MVP Derrick Rose back to New York as they traded Dennis Smith Jr. and a second-round pick via Charlotte. So the Knicks bolster their point guard position, their scoring, and they are in a playoff spot as we speak. So we're making that playoff push.
Chicago will always still be his home, though.
Never won a title.
Chicago will always be his
Hey,
home.
that's gonna change.
Whoa.
I wasn't even gonna say it. I had it locked and loaded, ready. I was gonna say he never won a title, and then I was like, I'm not gonna say it. I'm
And
not
then
gonna
you said
slander
it.
Chicago this time. And then Al had to go. Chicago will always be his home. Well, he never won a title.
Yeah, Al, way to walk into that. No, I'm just kidding.
I was just simply stating a fact. I mean, he was born. He was literally from Chicago. He was born there.
Yeah, that's cool. All that good stuff.
Go
He
next.
plays for the Knicks now. That's cool. Back with Thibodeau too.
Hey,
Yeah. I'm like tiny bit jealous, a little bit, but that's all right. The Bulls are in good hands with Billy Donovan, so we're coming back. We're coming around.
The who?
Anything else you guys want to add? I think there's anything else.
Yeah, Billy football.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll touch on that.
Get
real
some
quick.
Jose Canseco.
Oh,
really
my
quick,
goodness.
just really quick. Jose Canseco threw that fight.
He totally did.
Oh my God.
No, he went in
Once,
there to get a
once he
paycheck.
found out he was I think it was once he found out he was getting the bonus because they broke their pay-per-view record.
I don't think he found out until after. I was
You don't
listening
think
to
he
the
did?
Dave
'Cause they-
Portnoy
'cause they
show
annou-
earlier, and he said that they didn't that he was finding out like the stream total during the pay-per-view. So unless they told him right before they went on,
Hey,
I thought they
I don't
might have
think we knew
mentioned it.
until after.
I thought they might have mentioned it
Hey,
in
yeah.
one of his interviews.
Well, we got some people who probably don't even know who Billy Football is, so you guys give some context for it.
oh
Yeah.
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 Rough
Because
and
you
rowdy.
said Billy Football, everyone's probably like, what? What are they talking about?
So Barstool Sports puts on a boxing pay-per-view every once in a while called Rough and Rowdy. They actually
Awesome.
bought it off of a third-party company, and they've been running it ever since. And Billy Football is the intern for one of the podcasts, Pardon My Take, and he challenged Jose Canseco to a fight because Jose Canseco wanted to fight Jake Paul. Right? Or did he want to fight Logan? Either one of those.
Either one.
he wanted to fight. He wanted to
Paul.
fight A-Rod. We know
He
that.
still wants to fight A-Rod, I'm sure.
Yep.
No, yeah, and then what? They put a boxing match together. I watched it with you guys. He put a boxing match together, and I watched. I put money on Jose Canseco. You're welcome, Alex. You're welcome.
Yep.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Won that
This man-
money.
He grabbed Billy Football.
Yeah, he grabbed him
He
one
grabbed
time,
him,
and we were like, "Oh, he
took
grabbed him. He can't do
two
that,"
punches,
and then-
two punches, and he's grabbing his shoulder. He's like, I'm done. And I'm
got-
like,
And it was funny
a
because
joke.
the one fighter who actually, the golfer,
Yes.
who
Yeah.
actually threw his shoulder out, like you saw. his
Yeah.
shoulder
Oh
was
my
out.
God.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, yeah.
So, and then seeing Jose Canseco be like, "Oh, my
Oh,
shoulder
God.
hurts, my shoulder hurts." I mean, come on, dude.
And the
Come
golfer
on.
and the golfer too. They ended up like they popped back in, but like
He
when
got a swing still.
I don't remember if it was Caleb or Rowan that interviewed him, and he said like, "Is that going to affect your golf swing?" He's like, "No, I can go out there right now and do it." And he did like a practice swing. And I was like, "Dude, this guy's an animal."
Yeah.
But yeah, Canseco. I mean, he either is making up excuses about his shoulder, or he just stole everyone's money. Because
He
he
stole the
said,
money.
"Oh, I was dealing with it for 3 or 4 months. It was bothering me."
Yeah, dude, how are you going to
why
say you were
take that
dealing
fight?
dealing with it for so long? Take the fight and still fight.
Yeah,
I mean, give him credit. I mean, steroids are a great thing, but
sure. I mean, he literally just stole money,
Yeah,
basically.
no, yeah, he really did. Steal those
And
checks.
Dave seemed pretty angry
Oh, yeah.
at the end.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
he seemed like he was ready to just cut off the show right there, and he was like, "Oh, that's rough and rowdy," and then they were kind of just done with it. Like I could tell, like he didn't look happy at all. Like he looked pretty furious at Jose Canseco, which I don't blame him.
I mean, did that fight even last 30 seconds?
No,
No,
it lasted like 10.
40
Yeah, it was like
I remember-
McGregor Aldo.
I saw the.
Yeah.
I showed the. I watched the replay. 40 seconds. That's what it was. Because there was 10,
Wow.
10 seconds, almost 10 to 15 seconds left before the round was over. Because he was just holding him the whole time. He was just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he just held him, and then 2 punches, he's gone. He's done.
Yeah.
Canseco's a joke. What a loser.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. I know we had 2 more extra stories we got to throw in, Hey, we got to talk about
Sometimes
everything.
things happen.
Hey, it's the 42 North show, Got to go with the flow. That's what we do.
Humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings. That's right. So we're almost there. Almost got the show exactly the way I want. Almost. Now I have a few more things I need to add. I need to add a beginning music. I will add a beginning music. I need to add that. There are some things I do need to add. We want to do at least about 3 skits a show. I did split up the NASCAR one so we could have about 3 skits. So I'm making sure we can get the show going, Have a good show for you guys to watch. I'm glad everyone who's actually sticked around for our show. Thank you so much. I also appreciate all the feedback. I also appreciate all of it. Hey, what you got? What's going on here? Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Just waiting,
We appreciate all the feedback. I listen to everything. I take what everyone says, take it with a grain of salt. Of course I do. That's what we do. That's what we do at the 42 North Show. And you guys want to add anything?
Shout out Goop. Happy birthday. Ooh-ah.
And I just want to say to everyone, hope everyone enjoys the Kentucky Derby on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, we'll have our
It's gonna be exciting.
comprehensive
That's
NASCAR
right.
preview
That's right.
during the
Let
week.
me. Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'll add that in. Yes. So we will have a extended NASCAR more preview. We'll add
Like a
those to our
real
socials.
preview this time. Like a
Yeah,
real-
we're gonna do it for real. Alex, I knew you were a big race fan, but I mean, once we start recording, what happened there?
Cole Trickle will not win the
Gold
Daytona
Trickle would
500.
Not be racing.
That let me
He
down.
will. He may win the Kentucky Derby though.
Hey, I'll name a
Yeah,
horse.
he might win, he
If
might.
I had a horse, I would name him that.
Well, other than that, I hope everyone has a good night, and I'll see you guys all later.
Love you.